Hey there, folks. Foggy here. Welcome to Solo Struggles. I am doing a campaign of Dr. Fright in Final Girl and playing through the 5 scenarios dedicated to this particular hero. Villain, not hero. And we're going to go through number 3. You'll see that I've actually set up a little bit more of what we're doing for 4 and 5. And with Alice, by the way, we are still able to unlock her weapon. Wouldn't have it available anyway because there's a set item list, but we are able to unlock it if we manage to succeed. When the Johnsons, this scenario is called "Tonight We're Gonna Party Like It's 666." When the Johnsons moved out of Creech Manor, they didn't even try to sell it. The more they uncovered the home's troubled history, the more they became sure that they could not, in good conscience, sell it to another family. The house sat empty for a while, but eventually some local kids started using it as a party spot. Many of them even squatted there for several days at a time. Alice loved the party lifestyle. She came to love Creech Manor. That is, until that fateful night. A night that just so happened to be the biggest party yet. After months of parties with no real trouble, the high school and college kids were less afraid. One of them brought a bunch of quaaludes to mix with alcohol, and the party was on. Alice watched with intrigue as a group set up a projector in the ballroom. "You aren't going to believe this," said the leader of the group. "I found the Scally footage on the dark web." This, of course, referred to the mysterious live online murder of the influencer known as Scally during a dream therapy session. It had been removed by the popular video sites, but the clip could still be found in some dark corners of the web. And so the clip of Scally's wrists opening up was played. The quaaludes and alcohol were beginning to take effect, and Alice watched as the onlookers all fell asleep. She did not partake herself, and when she looked back up on the screen, Scally's bloody and lifeless arms and head were lying on his keyboard below his webcam. The screen flashed, and for a quick second, Alice thought she saw a pipe-riddled hallway with a grotesque figure walking towards her. She shook her head, and Scally's dead body was back on the screen. Weird, she thought, as she left the room. Had she stayed for one more moment, she would have seen 3 holes appear in the stomach of one of the unconscious drug users, blood pouring from the holes as his body convulsed. All right, we have ourselves Alice. Alice needs 6 victims to save 6 victims to get her final girl power. And she only has 4 health. She's actually kind of one of the weaker ones. But she does have a really cool final girl ability. If she manages to save 6 victims, then she gets to take one named action card, and for the remainder of the game, whenever playing that particular action card, she gets to roll 5 dice, regardless of horror level or other modifiers, which is really, really neat. We have our 0 cost cards here. We have a specific setup, Dancing Queen. Our item deck is set up. We've got Candle, First Aid Kit, and Lucky Rabbit Foot. Killer starting here in the garage. I am starting here in the ballroom. I've got 2 people with me, which is kind of nice. And Liquid Courage means that this is the starting event, and basically, victims will follow me to wherever the killer is. So if the killer were here, I could still lead them all this way because they're too drunk to care. With that having been said, I think my first best option for starting out is just simply walk. Because if I can get 2 people into this area right here, that's going to set off a nice little chain reaction of movement. And hopefully you'll see what I mean soon. All right, so it is a success and a conversion. I will go ahead and take that conversion. Turn this into 2 successes. That means I get to walk 2 spaces in exchange for 1 time. So I'm going to walk this way with these 2, and then walk right here with them as well. That saves the 2 of them. With Alice, I can use 2 victims to go towards move up to 2 spaces and move 1 space. So I will move up to 2 spaces, and then I will move 1 space, bringing this person back with me. I still have 1 more walk card. I'll go ahead and play that. And it's 1 success and 1 conversion. I'm not going to worry about converting. This will use up 1 more time. I'll move 1 more space, and that saves 2 more victims. And already, before the killers even had a chance to act, I've gotten 4 people off the board, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and take, first of all, get 2 actions in return. Since I haven't lost any health, there's no point in doing anything else with that. And then I also get to take a 2-cost card for free. So I'm going to go ahead and take a sprint card, try to cover some ground on the next turn. I'm going to hold on the 2 focus cards, and I think that'll do it for my turn. I don't usually, I like to try to keep it 3 0-cost cards on a specific turn, so that way you're constantly sort of recycling the zeros. But I think with this particular setup and with this particular final girl, it's too good to be able to get that many people off the board that quick. So anyway, I still have 6 time to spend. 2 walks, gave up 2 times, but I got 2 time back. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take one more sprint. I'm going to go ahead and take distraction, and I'm going to go ahead and take close call. Distraction, so I can try to get this horror level down. The horror can go up really quick in this one. All right, I've done my planning. I'm going to reset to 6 technically, and then I'm going to put all of these cards back to the tableau. Now the killer doesn't really do anything because they don't have a movement on them, and there's nobody in their spot, so they're just looking around for somebody to kill. There's nobody there. Draw a terror card. Until the next killer phase, all victims in your space immediately panic. That's not great. So he's going to take 1 step towards me, since I'm the final girl, and then he's going to try to kill anybody in his space. However, if he did try to attack me, did not attack you and you are awake, you fall asleep, which means awesome. That means I automatically go to the sleeping stage of this. For the sleeping stage of Dr. Fright, of course, you have the boiler room. I'm going to flip this over. I'm now asleep. I do have to process at least 1 interaction. And unfortunately, I have no way to guard, but he's also at his weakest right now, so that's probably the best. I'm going to go right-hand side, I think. And unfortunately, it's a big, horrible thing. Part of me wants to just keep going with this. Yeah, let's keep going with this. Okay, so right-hand side again, but this time there's nothing there. There's still 1 more on the right-hand side. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down, reveal the bottom 2 of this next one. And fortunately, nothing. Okay. So that means either this or this. Like on this 3rd card, it's one of the 2 tops. On the 2nd card, it's one of the 2 lefts. So I think my best bet is to go ahead. I want to make sure something I keep wondering if I'm doing wrong with the boiler room deck is, yeah, you will slide the deck of cards such that half or sometimes a quarter of the next unresolved card is showing. I think what I want to do is I want to go, if I move the deck this way, I'm going to reveal the bottom left. But the thing is, I think that that's a fairly likely target, but it's also fairly small. I could go this way. It's going to reveal the bottom right, which we know is clear, and the top left, which we got a 1 in 2 shot of it being occupied. If we go the other way, it's what, a 1 in 3 shot. So I have better odds if I reveal the bottom left. Famous last words. All right, we're good. Bottom left was clear. I am now through the boiler room. I can go ahead and shuffle these up. And put this back on top, and I am now awake. There's nothing for the upkeep phase. Nobody was in a spot where the killer was. I am now just going to try to hurry as quick as I can to get places. First things first, let's go ahead and do a distraction. And hopefully, nope, that was a complete failure. I'm going to have to do close call and burn 2 time. And not much better. I would have to give up 2 cards. I'm going to have to do that. That'll be 1 success. That gets me a time back. And also lowers the horror by 1. That is pretty horrible, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and do a sprint. And this is 1 success and 1 conversion. I can't do anything with the conversion. So that will use up 1 time. But I do get to go 2 spaces. What I could do is I could go 1, 2, but that will panic this person immediately. So if they panic this way, that's great. They'll go down to an escape area, and I can just go straight down there and help them out. But I don't think that that's really a good idea. If I go this way, then I get up to here, and that's as far as I can go. And then on the next turn, I can either get up here, scare this person that way, that way, that way, or I can get here and scare this person out that way. I think actually my best bet is to go up here. So I'm going to go 1 up the ladder to here. This person's going to panic and hopefully roll a 5 or 6. So it's a 4. That doesn't really help me that much. That's okay, though. I'm going to... I think what I'm going to do is hold on to my last sprint card and go ahead and wait to use that till the next turn. All right, so I've got 4 left to plan with. I will go ahead and do... I think I'm going to take the 2 search cards. I'm going to try to get someplace where I can actually search for some items. I'll get to take all my 0 cards, get to reset the timer, and sprint is going to go back here, distraction here, close call, and the 2 focus. All right, that is the end of my turn. The killer gets to go. There's nobody in this spot. Terror card. Ew, he's disgusting. Raises the horror level by 2. That's just a bummer. Okay. But now there's no upkeep. There's nothing else, so we're good to go. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do sprint first. I think I want to try to get as many of these people out as I can, especially if that means, I mean, if I say 2 more of them, I get to activate my power, which is really good. Part of my concern, though, is I really don't want to bunch them all up here because that's going to take a whole bunch of extra turns. So I think I need to go 1, 2, 3, and then walk. And that's, of course, assuming I do well on the sprint. So I didn't do great on the sprint. I rolled 2 conversions. So in that case, I'm going to have to use this, and I'm going to have to use the 2 searches, which really blows. But that's going to allow me to go 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. And I've got 2 walks here. I also used it 1 time. I know. So one thing I keep realizing is that if I think I'm going to be likely burning a card on the next turn, go ahead and get the 2 close calls. I mean, even if I'm not going to use them for that function, having 2 cards that you can burn for a conversion is really helpful. That is what I wanted to see. That is 2 successes. We're going to use up 1 time, and we're going to go 2 spaces. So 1, 2. Everybody's going to come down with me here. That's 2 more saves. I'm going to get 2 health back. I only needed 1. But more importantly, I'm now on my final girl power. I can now choose 1 named action card. Now, the past couple times I've played this, the action card that I feel like is helpful is improvise. And the reason is that you get to roll 5 dice, so you're probably guaranteed success every time you use it. In addition, you also get to, you'll probably be taking 1 per turn. That having said, I have found it difficult to make sure that you had that and enough ammo to be able to do anything else. So I feel like my better bet is actually go for guard, so I can make sure that I ignore all damage every time he attacks me. Guard is something that you kind of want to rotate as you get later in the game. Right now we have no weapon whatsoever, so that's going to be really difficult. But the other thing to think about is whether or not I want to have really good walking or really good sprinting. And I feel like having a almost guaranteed 2 per walk would be really helpful. That is to say, having gone through this multiple times, I still don't know what the right answer is. So I think as much as I like improvise, you know what? I'm going to try something different here. I'm going to try something completely different. I'm going to try distraction as my action. So I'm going to try to aim for distraction. I'm going to hold on to this walk card. I'm not going to move any further. Instead, I'm going to use my 4 time. I'm going to actually take a distraction. And since I have 1 time left, I'm going to take a close call. Move the time back up to 6, and these all go back into the tableau. Do not like using my search cards that way, but that was my poor planning. Killer's going to act. Can't do anything there. If you have a crucifix, you can ignore this. Otherwise, he's going to move twice and attack twice. Well, move once, attack once, move once, attack once. Now he's going to move up this way towards this dude who's there. And I'm just going to basically try to follow. He's fortunately still only moving a little bit. He hasn't killed anybody yet. But in the last playthrough, as soon as I said that, he got really, really killy. So I'm going to go ahead and do distraction. I get to roll 2 dice. I get to roll 5 dice for that. That's the whole point of doing this. And that is 1 success and 1 failure. That is awesome. So I'm going to use my 2 focus here to do the conversion. So I have 2 successes. That's going to lower the horror down by 2 and also give me 2 extra time. And then I'm going to bolt right after him. And I get to roll 2 for that. It is 1 conversion. I guess I may as well use my close call to reroll 1 dice. And that doesn't help as well. So for the walk, what I can do is I can move up to 1 space and lose 1 health. I'll do that. I'll go ahead and lose the health. I have to lose 2 time no matter what. All right, so I have 6 time left. Taking a distraction again because I'm trying to keep that really moving downward. Everything else I can take 6, so I'm taking a sprint and a close call. Again, we're going to focus on getting these people out of here. Reset that to 6, and everything else goes back into the tableau. All right, Killer Axe doesn't see anybody right in this spot. Terror, roll a dice. Place a killer in that room. Awesome. This could really suck. Yeah, I did this before, and the killer went straight to the attic, and pretty much that was the first two victims. 2, it's the attic. Goes up here, kills 1. Horror goes up by 1. Bloodlust goes up by 1. Horror goes up by 1 as a result. And then he kills again. So now he's got 2 victims. That's going to put him up here. And now he's going to move 2 per turn instead of 1. That's awesome. All right. First up, let's go ahead and do the distraction. Again, going to try to use this to basically keep our horror down as much as humanly possible. And this is 1 success and 2 conversions. So I'm going to use my short rest and weak attack to turn that into 2 successes. I'm so glad I'm rolling 5 dice to have to burn 2 cards each time. So that's going to push that to 8, push that there. I've got a sprint and a walk. I'm going to do those. Would have loved to have been able to do this on the next turn, but I kind of want to get up there as quick as I can. One of the cards that can come out is one that basically slows you down to a crawl. There's another one that basically just hobbles you, is the best way I can put it. You walk. That is a success. I may as well use close call to re-roll this. And no such luck. All right, so we're going to use 1 more time and get up to here. All right, so at least this time, now I can just use sprint and hop right down, save the last 2 victims, and be done with the victims on the board. There is a terror card that will add some of them to the foyer. I'm okay with that. But for now, I've got 6 time to spend. I'm going to do distraction, sprint, close call, and my 0 cost cards. Put these other ones back. This is the sort of like flow that you kind of want to be in mid-game, so that way you can work on saving your victims and then finally be able to search for. I do need to search for a weapon soon, so hopefully that'll be on the next turn. There's nobody in the attic for him to go for. Better lock the door. He's going to walk 2 towards me, so that's going to be 1, 2. He's then going to kill anybody in the space. There's nobody in the space, fortunately. He's then going to. I'm not going to be able on the next turn to enter any space that has a victim already in it. So fortunately, there's nothing like that. All right. Let's see. We're going to do distraction first. Sort of my first move each time. Until we get to the point where we've got like really good horror. All right, so that is a triple success. Did not need that many successes. But this means that this time I will lower it by 2 and increase the time by 2. And that is really good. Now I get to roll 3 dice. So I will do sprint. And that is 1 success and 2 conversions. I will go ahead and simply do a conversion to make that 2 successes. So I can move 3 spaces. It's going to cost me 1 time, which I've already accounted for. You guys come with me. You're out of the building. That is going to save 2 more victims. I get all my health back. Really just one. Um, you can't go over your maximum health, unfortunately. And I think that's going to be it. I could walk back towards here. I kind of want it because there's one event that will come up. There's one tarot card that will come up because this is a specific set of tarot cards that will basically keep me from entering the house. However, on the next turn, it also keeps me from moving in the house. So I mean, it's kind of half of one, half a dozen of the other. That doesn't really matter that much. We'll go ahead and hold on to this as is. I think I'm going to be good for now. So I've got 7 time to work with. I'm definitely going to take distraction because this now becomes pretty much a good way to get 4 turns. I'm going to go ahead and take search and sprint, and then the rest of these cards. With some luck, I'll be able to get over to the garage and start searching. The rest of these cards are going to go back. We reset to 6, and the killer goes. Killer's got nobody around. If there are no victims on the board, discard the next tarot card. Otherwise, discard and draw the next tarot card. Otherwise, so we have to discard that. Never sleep again. So I lose 1 health and I fall asleep. Which means I do now have to resolve one of these, which is not great. They're doing 1 damage right now. And there they are, looking ugly. So there's 1 damage. I'm going to go ahead and reveal. You know what? At this point, I'm not going to reveal anything else. He and I can now interact with each other, which is going to be good if I want to try to do some attacking. But I think I'm good. No upkeep, no panicking whatsoever. We are going to start off with, again, distraction. 2 successes, 2 conversions, and 1 failure. That's going to allow me to raise this by 2, which means that I will get an additional time in addition to the 2 time on the card. So I'm up at 9 time right now. All right, I need to sprint. Two conversions, that's lovely. I will go ahead and spend 2 time to re-roll everything here. All right, well, that sucked. I'm going to move 2 spaces in exchange for 1 time. And then I'm going to walk. 1 success, 2 conversions. This time I will convert. Weak attack and short rest. That will allow me to get to the garage. And then I will search. That sucks. Okay, that's really bad. I can either take the top item card of my space, lose 2 horror, and then, yeah, I mean, that's just garbage. I'm going to lose 2 time no matter what, and I'm going to lose 1 horror no matter what. I am going to pass on, I'm going to go down to 4, I really don't want. I'm going to lose the 1 horror and not take an item. That item might be helpful, but I really need to be able to get in there and look at the other items in there. It's going to be mildly helpful, not going to be that helpful. All right, killer's going to, now I get 4 in return. I'm going to go ahead and take retaliate so I can actually do some damage this time instead of going for distraction. Everything else here is going to go back. Oh, I need a search card, don't I? All right, instead of retaliate, sorry to do this, we're going to go guard and search. Everything else is going to go back here. I'm hoping I did not just simply combine some cards that I wasn't supposed to combine. Okay. All right, so he is going to act. There's nobody in his spot. We are getting down to the point where the finale will come out. If you're on the side, you may not move during the next action phase, and then we're going to draw an event. Curiosity killed the people. Add 3 new victims to the front. And I can't do anything about them. They're all stuck there. I'm stuck where I am, and I'm asleep, so I can't even do that. We're gonna put that away. We also panic them immediately, so we'll roll 3 dice. Ideally, we'll get 3 5s. All right. Well, I got 2 6s. That'll work. The 1 person is gonna head back up that way. That's not great. But we're gonna. It's not gonna make that much of a difference. I can save them. Great. I can't really do anything though. This gets reset to 6, and then I'm gonna search. Since I can't really do anything else. Oh, and I do have to resolve one of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and resolve. Let's resolve right. Okay, good. We're gonna resolve down. So I'm gonna go ahead and play. You know what? We're gonna hold on to guard. We're gonna hold on to guard because I feel like that's gonna become handy later. And then we're gonna go left because that one I can be guaranteed there's not gonna be one there. There we go. So I'm out of the boiler room. I'm awake now. I'm going to go ahead and search. Roll 3 dice. All right, all 4 cards. I'm burning all 4 of them. That way I get to take these and I get to look at what the second item is. Woohoo. It is a knife. That's going to be handy. All right. And I'm going to move the lucky rabbit foot down to the bottom. And I think that's it. I use up 1 time for the search. And so I have 5 time remaining. I think I need to take sprint. And I think I need to take distraction. And we're going to try to get a whole bunch of time on this next turn. Reset to 6. Killer axe. Nothing doing. I'm so sleepy. If you're awake, roll a die. If the result is less than... What's nice about this is that he can't do anything. I'm not going to go into sleep. He is going to move 2 spaces towards a victim. But because of the weirdness of this house, that's as far as he gets. And now it's time to move. So I have a couple choices here. I can sprint and then walk. The idea behind, but I need to get 2 successes on both. And the idea is that I want to try to get this person out of here along with these 2. I don't want him going up 1 more. Let's go ahead and let's do walk first. Okay, so that's 1 success and no way to convert anything else. Yeah, I forgot. I had cards here, but these were played during the killer phase, so I don't get to put these back in the tableau until the next planning phase. That was a mistake that I've been making in past iterations as well. So I'm going to get to go 1 space, which means really I'm going to try to sprint, and it's probably just going to be for the 2 spaces. All right, so that is a 3 success, and I lose 1 time for the walk. I lose 1 time for the sprint. Unfortunately, that's not enough to really get up here and out, and it's probably going to be able to cover the distance. So I think I have to go down here to save these 2, which is going to give me 2 health back, so I'm back to max. And then I guess I'll try to get up here and save him on the next turn. See how it goes. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do distraction. Mostly because that's going to give me a crap load of time. All right, that is 4 successes, 1 conversion. That's pretty awesome. That's going to do that. And then raise my time up by 3, 2 for the regular, and then 1 for 2 regularly lowering horror, and then 1 more because I increased time by 2. Or something like that. I gained 2 time, plus I lowered horror by 1 when I was already at max. I can say words. All right, so that's going to leave me 7 time to work with. And now I'm at the point where I really want to start thinking about how am I going to defend against this person, because we're going to draw 1 more here. And then as soon as the upkeep phase rolls around, we're going to go into finale mode. So He's been pretty docile so far. However, now we're going to have to start dealing with him. One thing I can do is I can take Retaliate. That's going to give me the ability to do some damage. Coming around. I forget what the action was. Like, I forget what the final power is. So the final power and the dark power here, the finale and the dark power, are going to be Pitchfork Assault. That basically means every time he does damage to me, we lose 1 horror. And then Time to Die. I think that basically means that it'll force me to go to sleep. So, I think what I want is I want Furious Strike. I want Furious Strike, Guard, Close Call. I think that's what I want. The rest of these are now going to go back. We're going to put Distraction back, Sprint, Walk, Search, Guard, and then all of our zeros. And we're going to reset to 6, and then it's the killer's action. There's nobody in the spot. We draw the last of the terror cards. It's coming, it's coming. And then he's going to come straight for me. 1, 2. It's the face-off. He does kill the victim that he goes through. So we are going to lose 1 horror. And that's it. So now at the end, I am awake, so I don't have to resolve that. But we do have to now reveal the finale, and I believe we have to reveal the dark power as well. I'm going to actually take a quick look in the rulebook for that. I think that's one of the things that, I mean, I've been playing everything things wrong. So, 5 and 29. So 29 is probably where it covers. All right, maybe page 5. Let's try page 5. Gives 5 and 29. That's the 2 cards. May be revealed later. I'm actually not finding it. This is probably something I probably should have known beforehand. In the rare case that the finale is revealed and the dark power card is still face down, the dark power should be revealed as well. Thank you. That's what I thought. Just wanted to confirm. All right. So basically, each turn he will move towards me and then attack twice. If I am awake, I may lose 2 health and fall asleep. And then each time he damages me, there's 1 horror. Now the huge thing here is that I'm not asleep yet. I could be asleep. I have short rest. Short rest will basically allow me to go to sleep. And then I have 2 attacks that I can do. So I'm going to roll 2 dice here. And that's pretty crappy. I just needed to get 1, and that's really frustrating. I guess I'll use Close Call and Weak Attack. Convert that to 1 success. That gives me 1 health back. I lose 1 time. But more importantly, now I'm asleep. So now we can flip that over. And now I can attack. Furious Strike, I get 3 cards. As long as I get 1 success, I should be good. I got 1 success, so I guess I'm good. All right, so 1 success. There's also a conversion here, but I only have 1 card left. The 1 conversion basically means that 2 things are going to happen. One is that I'll do 2 damage, 1 from the card, 1 from the knife. And then we're going to lower the horror by 1. And then that's it for the turn. I can't do anything else. That is the end of my turn. All right, so that's going to put me into planning stage. I've got 1 guard card. I've got 5 time left. I'm going to go ahead and take Distraction and Guard. Let's actually take, Yeah, let's take distraction. I want to get the extra time for the next turn. I'll go ahead and take guard, and then all the zeros. Reset my time to 6. Everything else here is going to go back. All right, so we start the killer phase. This is the first time the killer phase will actually be a problem. But he is going to do 2 damage. He is going to attack me twice, I should say. And the first time, I'm just going to guard. What's nice about this is that even if I roll goose eggs, I will still reduce it by 1. So that's one success. It reduces it by 2. No damage. I'm going to do another guard. That is a triple success. Ignore all damage. There's no more terror cards. I can't draw any more terror cards, but I do still have to resolve 1 room in the. I have to resolve 1 room here on the estate. We'll go right-hand side. It has not been good luck for us yet, and it's still not good luck. So we're going to lose 2 health on that. And that's as far as we're going to go. We go to the upkeep phase. The only upkeep, I think. No, there's no upkeep. Let's see. This is a little frustrating. I don't actually have any attack cards. That's brilliant. We're going to do distraction. Despite the fact that we're at 0 horror, because every time I get damaged, I have to, yeah, all right. All right, so that means I need 2 focus here to convert to 1 success. So I have 2 successes overall. That's going to lower it there, and I'm going to get 9 in return. I have the 2 walk cards. I could, theoretically, I could actually move far enough away that he can't get me. I can't reach a good search area, which is the problem. The only search area I can get to is the garage, and he can get to the garage on the next turn. I can try to reach here. That'll put me 1 away from the closet, 2 away from the attic. But I think that's the quickest I can go. And that's assuming I roll 2 successes on each of these, so you know how likely that is. All right, so 2 successes. I do get to move 2 spaces. 1, 2. And then I'm going to play another one. This will actually put me out of reach of him, which is nice. All right, so that's 1 space and then 1 conversion. I don't have enough to do a conversion. I need to spend 2 time for these 2 walks, but I will move here. So he's going to be 1 unit away, but that's actually enough to make this better. All right, so I'm going to have 7 to play with. I can't grab any guard cards, unfortunately. I can grab Retaliate and then Distraction. The idea being that I will use Retaliate here to basically get to do 3 damage, hopefully. And then Distraction to give myself a whole bunch of extra time on this next round to either search. Do I want to just do Sprint? No, I want Retaliate because I need Retaliate for the next round. I think that's pretty much a given. You know what? Let's do Retaliate and Distraction. Let's do Retaliate and Distraction. I'm done thinking about it. 6 there. All these cards going back. All right, so on his turn, he is going to move twice. 1, 2. He is then going to try to attack me, but he's not in the same room. And then I'm going to move out this way. Excellent. I am going to move up 1 more. Goose egg. All right. And then I'm going to move out 1 this way. Goose egg. All right. I completely avoided him. How do you shuffle 4 cards? That's what I want to know. Is how do you reasonably shuffle 4 cards? All right. So I'm awake. That means I cannot be damaged. I also can't move. I should have realized that. That was stupid. All right. Well, we can distract. You have to roll 5 dice for this. No, shoot. I misread this. I should not have forced myself awake. I'm going to back up here a second. I'm sorry to do this. I'm going to back up because I misread that completely. All right, so we'll go with you. You were on top there, like that. The rest of these we'll just shuffle. Let's see, we'll do it like this. There we go. So now I'm going to once again go to the right. Nothing there. Okay. So I forgot that I don't want to not move. I don't want to be awake, because if I'm awake, I will lose 2 time, 2 health, and then die. And then that's bad. So we're going to retaliate. Not retaliate. We're going to distract. Let's try this again. All right. 1 success. Unfortunately, not great. But that is going to basically allow me to get 2 time in return. So I'm back up to 8. And I'm going to keep this retaliate card. And to spend the 8 time, I'm going to get all 6 of my starting cards, which is great. That puts me at 7. I can grab 3 more cards, worth 8 total. I want the guard card. It's going to attack me. All right, so I do want... Yeah, I think I got to go guard, Furious Strike. All right, and then distraction is going to go back up here. I reset this to 6, and now he's going to activate. He's going to move towards me, and he's going to attack twice. First time, I will use Retaliate. What's not great about this is that this means that I will have all 3 of my guard cards in the disposal. That's going to suck. All right, so that's good. That is going to be ignore all damage from the attack, do 3 damage in return. He's then going to attack again. So I will do guard. And for this, I just really need to block at least 1 damage. Well, I blocked at least 1 damage. Do I want to use... Yeah, I'll use the 2 focus here. That's going to make it now reduced by 2. So that blocks all his damage there. I now have to go to the boiler room. I'm going to reveal the top card. Okay, still nobody yet. And I'm still asleep, and now I go to the upkeep. And again, I really don't want to have to do that. In fact, I think what I might have to do is short rest so that I have some health to work with. We'll do that first. All right, so that is 2 successes. That's going to give me 2 health back. I'm back to max health. That's good. Now I will do Furious Strike. Actually, I'll do Weak Attack first. That is a double conversion I'm going to need. I'm going to use both my walks here. That's going to end up resulting in 2 more damage, but 1 damage for me. And that means the horror level is going to go up by 1. And then I'm going to do Furious Strike, and this might end it. Wow, okay, that sucked. That sucked about as big as you can suck. Wow. Okay, so horror is going to go up by 1. That means that I'm now at 2 horror. Plus, he damaged me, so that means that I'm going to go up by 1. I lose 1 more point of damage. And I'm assuming that anytime I see heart damage, this is actually the weird thing. You know what? I don't know if this actually means that. because it's just lose 1 health. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's damaging you, but I can't imagine that they would try to figure out a way to make it clear. I'm going to assume that this is going to apply here. All right, so I'm left with 6, and I'm left with 1 guard card. Oh man, that blows. What do I do? The biggest problem is that I'm going to awake on the next turn. I think I'm dead. I think this might have actually killed me. Assuming that I can get through this, I will be able to block one of them. I will not be able to block the other one. I will still have to move once through the boiler room. And then I'll take 2 damage on the next turn on the upkeep. So pretty much I'm taking 4 damage before we get... Yeah, this killed me. I think this absolutely killed me. I'm taking 4 damage before I can get to like choose more cards or do anything. Yeah, that's it. I mean, even if I think the only way that I would be able to succeed is if this happened to have 3 hearts on the other side, or something insane like that. And then that's assuming that I don't actually find the last of the, like, if I don't come up with one more of these dudes. All right, so, all right, this was big donkey balls. Let's go ahead and get this done. I'm going to guard. Oh no, I still have to actually figure out what I'm taking. I'm sorry, I'm giving up here. I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 close calls, and I think, yeah, let's just take critical blow just on the off chance I actually make it. Okay, and then all these are going to go back. That's really frustrating. I feel like that was the. I should have won this. I should have won this particular round, and that's just frustrating. I didn't. So guard. I blocked 2 damage. That's all I needed to block. However, I then take 2 damage, so that's going to do that. I do get 2 health back, so that's good. I mean, that's going to do like that. It ends the phase, and what I'm wondering is if that means that I don't have to do the boiler room. There's something about that where you actually end the phase. Yeah, ta-da-ta-da-ta. We're reading a rule book while we're doing a video. That's not the way to get yourself to be famous on the internet. All right, final health token. The current phase immediately ends and play continues to the next phase. I think I'm actually okay then, because if that's the case, then this ends the killer phase, and this is resolved as part of the killer phase. Yeah, you must always resolve one and exactly one BR card unless a game effect changes this during the killer phase. A game effect has changed this. One thing I did not realize is that I can actually move through the boiler room when I'm awake. That's I kind of wish I had known that. So yeah, I skipped the killer phase, the rest of the killer phase. This doesn't get resolved. So I'm still asleep, and I'm going into the next turn. I don't really know what else I can do other than just attack. And then hopefully draw some cards that would help. I don't know. I'm still going to lose 2 health as soon as I get out of this. So this is pretty much it. If he's still got health left, there's nothing else I can do. And I'm only rolling 2 dice because of where I am here. So 2 dice. And it is a conversion and a failure. So that is not enough. So what's going to happen here is that I'm going to do 2 damage to them. They're going to do 2 damage to me. Horror level goes up by 1. Round ends. So here's the thing. I know that this is it. Alice has died. If there is anything on the back of this, Dr. Fright wins. If there's nothing on the back of this, and this actually should be 1 higher because they did damage me on the previous turn. If there's anything on the back of it, Dr. Fright wins. If there's nothing on the back of it, Alice and Dr. Fright have killed each other, and that's the end. So there is and we already know that one of them had 2 hearts on it. So here's hoping. That's it. Dr. Fright has been taken out by Alice. Alice has been taken out by Dr. Fright. It's a lose-lose situation, but that means that she wins. She did it. I get to open up this. This is for Alice's eyes only. Do not open until you've survived a game with Alice. We've survived a game with Alice. Alice's shotgun. This is Alice's shotgun cannot modify an action card and must be used without one. Once per turn, you may discard 1 card from your hand and roll 6 dice. Deal 1 damage for every in your space for each success rolled. If at least half the dice are blank, discard Alice's shotgun. So that is an interesting weapon, to say the least. But for now, we get to put that over with our other shotguns and other cards, and that is going to do it. We have managed to defeat Dr. Fright for now, and tomorrow we'll be going to the Groves, the Sacred Groves, and Adelaide will be trying to take out Dr. Fright in the Groves, which is a very fun adventure, to say the least. Folks, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you later.